Well, a very good evening to everybody, or good day wherever you are in the world. Want to thank you for tuning in to Country Party Time. My name is Lance Hawkins, and for the next hour, we're going to play you some of the very finest in country music. We got some great songs this week. We're going to hear from the Miller Brothers. We're going to hear from Doy Odell, Johnny Horton, Don Gibson, Gino Quinn, a whole bunch more, and we hope that you folks will settle back for the next hour and just enjoy yourselves, okay? All right, let's get started off right now with a gentleman who was, I've often said, the big cheese around the San Francisco Bay Area. He was very well known. He had a television show. He owned his own nightclub and was a very, very well-known recording artist. His name was Jack Schultz, but he went under the name of Blackjack Wayne. This is one of his fine records, his one and only release on the Decca label, a song written by Harlan Howard. Here's Blackjack Wayne, Holding Hands for Joe.
My date's a perfect angel, and it's a perfect night. We're holding hands and talking, the setting is just right. I long to say I love you, but she must never know. For I'm only filling in, I'm holding hands for Joe. Joe called and asked me if I'd do a favor while he's gone, and keep his sweetheart company until he got back home. And now I find I love her too, and mustn't let it show. I'm glad the darkness hides my tears while holding hands for Joe. Take her to the movies, I even bought her flowers. I've sat and listened to her talk about her Joe for hours. But Joe, you had better hurry home, for buddy, I don't know if I can keep from holding hands for me instead of Joe. Joe called and asked me if I'd do a favor while he's gone, and keep his sweetheart company until he got back home. And now I find I love her too, and mustn't let it show. I'm glad the darkness hides my tears while holding hands for Joe.
Oh, sweet mama, daddy's got them deep ellum blues. When you go down in deep ellum to have a little fun, better have your $15 when that policeman comes. Oh, sweet mama, daddy's got them deep ellum blues. When you go down to deep ellum, keep your money in your pants. The women in deep ellum, they won't give a man a chance. Oh, sweet mama, daddy's got them deep ellum blues. Once I had a pretty woman, just as nice as she could be, but she went down to deep ellum, she's not what she used to be. Oh, sweet mama, daddy's got them deep ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, your daddy's got them deep ellum blues. Bellum, they will surely get you down. Oh, sweet mama, daddy's got them deep Bellum blues. All the women in deep Bellum are so easy on the eyes, but each man who tried to win one found a heart as cold as ice. Oh, sweet mama, daddy's got them deep Bellum blues. If you go down to deep Bellum, mark my word, you're bound to lose, and you're gonna come back singing them deep Bellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, daddy's got them deep Bellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, your daddy's got them deep Bellum blues.
Go on, walk out the front door. Say you won't be back no more. Go on, say goodbye, and see if I cry. But here you won't find me when you come back around. Look for me where there's nightlife, anywhere there's a crowd. Anywhere there's a crowd and the music's playing loud, where the jokes and the laughter fills the room all around, where somebody's happiness may bring me forgetfulness. There'll be no more loneliness anywhere there's a crowd. Anywhere there's a crowd and the music's playing loud, where the jokes and the laughter fills the room all around, where somebody's happiness may bring me forgetfulness. There'll be no more loneliness anywhere there's a crowd.
One more day and I'll draw my pay. I'm gonna take myself and leave here, and I can hardly wait until I'm on my way. I'll tell the man at the station I want a one-way reservation, and make my destination Atlanta, GA. Well, I've been gone way too long. The homesick blues got to me, but I just have to sweat it out for one more day. I'll draw the pay I've got coming, hit the station a-running, get ready for all the fun in Atlanta, GA. I'm gonna pick me a peach on Peachtree Street, one that'll knock me off of my feet. Then we're gonna make a lot of tracks in that Georgia clay. I'll call down to the station for ticket information, confirm my reservation for Atlanta, GA. I'm gonna pick me a peach on Peachtree Street, one that'll knock me off of my feet. Then we're gonna make a lot of tracks in that Georgia clay. I'll call down to the station for ticket information. Confirm my reservations for Atlanta, GA.
Well, there's Cal Smith, something he had out on the Cap record label back in the late 1960s, about 1967 or so, on a little thing called Destination Atlanta, GA. And then we went from Atlanta, GA to Dallas, Texas, and heard from Oroville Couch on the Custom label. That was the flip side of his hit from 1963, Hello Trouble. That's a song that he and Eddie McDuff wrote, a thing called Anywhere There's a Crowd on Custom Records. Great job by the singing grocery boy, Oroville Couch. Then before that, we heard from the Wilburn Brothers on an old song that I believe the Shelton Brothers did originally. A little thing called the Deep Ellum Blues. And for those of you who don't know, Deep Ellum is a nickname for the red light district of Dallas. And the Wilburn Brothers did that song back about 1956 or so. Great job, Teddy and Doyle Wilburn. And we started it all off on another Decca record from Blackjack Wayne on a song called Holding Hands for Joe from about the year of 1960 on Decca Records. Jack Schultz, also known as Blackjack Wayne. Well, you're listening to Country Party Time. My name is Lance Hawkins, and right now we're going to hear a song from a man that was known as the boy with the foot pedal in his voice. And you'll find out what I mean by that on this one. Here is Dave Rich from about 1956. Song called I Love 'Em All.
All my life I've been alone. All my life I've stayed at home. I don't know nothing about this old life. Just most every man has a wife. But I'll never marry, I guess I'll never fall. 'Cause here's one old boy that loves them all. If they're short or if they're tall, if they're large or if they're small, they're all so sweet as can be. I wish they would all marry me, but I just can't do it. I guess I'll never fall, 'cause I love them all. Now you look here, your time has come, boy, but don't you fear. 'Cause I'll just think of all the pretty girls that sets my heart in a whirl. So I'll never marry, I guess I'll never fall. 'Cause here's one old boy that loves them all. Yes, all my life I've been alone. All my life I've stayed at home. I don't know nothing about this old life. Just most every man has a wife. So I'll never marry, I guess I'll never fall. 'Cause I love them all.
The devil made a work of art when he created you. He put the moonbeams in your hair, then he made your eyes so blue. From the fires he made your lips to promise things untrue. He knew he had a masterpiece when he created you. The devil made a masterpiece to play his evil game of a honky-tonkin' day and night, 'cause that's your middle name. He must have used himself inside your heart that can't be true. He knew he had a masterpiece when he created you. Devil made a masterpiece, I'm a-telling you it's true. I felt the moonbeams in your hair, then I saw your eyes so blue. I kissed your lips of a burning fire, then nothing could I do. I knew he had a masterpiece the day I met with you. Yeah, the devil made a masterpiece to play his evil game of a honky-tonkin' day and night, 'cause that's your middle name. He must have used himself inside your heart that can't be true. He knew he had a masterpiece when he created you. The devil made a masterpiece to play his evil game of a honky-tonkin' day and night, 'cause that's your middle name. He must have used himself inside your heart that can't be true. He knew he had a masterpiece when he created you.
Come all you pretty single girls and listen to my story. I'm a listener. The girl that lives a single life lives a life of glory. Once I wed a handsome man because my heart was lonely. Then one day I left him flat and super alimony to pay me alimony, to pay me alimony. I had him up in every court in town to pay me alimony. The first thing that I said to the judge was I want alimony. His pocketbook he threw away. He fed on stale bologna. For every time he got a dime, I wanted alimony. To pay me alimony, to pay me alimony. I had him up in every court in town to pay me alimony. Came to me that he was slowly sinking. I quickly rushed up to his side to see what he was thinking. In that saddest hour of life, my heart was cold and stony. He lifted up his mournful head and I whispered, alimony, hooray for alimony, hooray for alimony. Just get yourself a handsome man and sue for alimony.
Good morning, Judge.
Shoulder, got an angel in my arm. I'm afraid to love you, afraid I might do you harm, because I love you like I never should. Well, I love you, baby, even though it does me no good. You were your mother's only daughter, the parson's favorite child. When you sought to love me, ooh, I really go wild, because I love you like I never should. Well, I love you, baby, even though it does me no good. There's a devil on my shoulder, he's screaming in my ear. I'm afraid to love you, afraid I might hurt you, dear, because I love you like I never should. Well, I love you, baby, even though it does me no good. Well, I know that you're an angel, but you're flying mighty low. Now now you've got the chance, you'd better spread your wings and go, because I love you like I never should. Well, I love you, baby, even though it does me no good. I got a devil on my shoulder, got an angel in my arms. I'm afraid to love you, afraid I might do you harm, because I love you like I never should. Well, I love you, baby, even though it does me no good.
One of the most colorful characters in California country music, that's Gene O'Quinn on the Capitol label and Devil on My Shoulder. And Gene was one of the featured artists on the old Hometown Jamboree TV shows out of Los Angeles for many years. And then he recorded, I think, 2 records for Intro. Those were on Capitol. He recorded 2 records on Intro and then disappeared and played around locally. And then finally started recording again. Tragically, about 1972 or so, he was killed when his car ran into a bus, or the bus ran into the car, beg your pardon, and took away the great talent of Gene O'Quinn. But left a lot of great records, and that being one of them, Devil on My Shoulder. Then before that, we heard from the Maddox Brothers and Rose, they're one of my favorites and have been for many years. The Maddox Brothers and Rose and Pay Me Alimony, Good Morning Judge, as Fred says at the very end of the record. Great job from the Maddox Brothers and Rose. Then before that, we heard the legendary Johnny Horton and The Devil Made a Masterpiece, and that featured the great lead guitar work of Chet Atkins and also the great steel guitar work of Don Helms, who worked with Hank Williams for many years. And we started all off with Dave Rich, a gentleman who was one of the great country music artists, have had a very unique sound, and recorded a lot of records for the first time, including the song City Lights that Bill Anderson wrote, and Dave Rich recorded that. And about the time that he recorded that, he became a born-again Christian and later became an evangelist. And he dabbled every now and then. He'd come back into secular country music, but for the most part, he was mainly a Christian singer. But that's one of his fine efforts on RCA Victor. I love them all. And I love all this great country music, and I love hearing from you. Isn't that a great segue? I would love to hear from you, seriously, because I play this music for you, and you folks help me make my playlist. So it's always great to hear from you. So my email address is nlancehawkins@aol.com. Subject matter, country party time. And I'd love to hear from each and every one of you, and love to play what you want to hear. Again, my email address is nlancehawkins@aol.com. Alrighty, and please write me this week. I would really enjoy hearing from you. Alrighty, let's go down to Texas again. And this is a gentleman who had the first records on such hits as Release Me and also The Wild Side of Life. Unfortunately, they weren't for him. Release Me was the hit for Ray Price. Well, actually, Ray Price. And also The Wild Side of Life was a hit for Hank Thompson. This is Jimmy Heap and the Melody Boys, featuring Butch Keith on vocals on the Playboy label. And this is a great song, a very rare 45 from Jimmy Heap, one called Special on Your Heart.
Last night I saw you with another man. You met him and you reached out for his hand. But I know before it ever starts that you're running a special on your heart. The price goes down each time the lights are low. you'll tear his dreams apart. 'Cause you're running a special on your heart. Love as cheap as yours could never last. It never ever seems to end the past. But in the end I know you'll come up short. 'Cause you run too many specials on your heart. Love as cheap as yours could never last. It never ever seemed to end the past. But in the end I know you'll come up short. 'Cause you run too many specials on your heart. 'Cause you run too many specials on your heart.
I'm driving a truck on a mountain road, got a hot rod rig and I'm flying low. My eyes are filled with diesel smoke, these hairpin curves ain't no joke. Diesel smoke, dangerous curves. Out last night drinking beer with the guys, got an aching head and the bloodshot eyes. Ended up with a pretty little dame, I didn't even know her name. Diesel smoke, dangerous curves. If I deliver this hotshot freight, I gotta get going 'cause I'm running late. This mountain grade is mighty steep, I can't stay awake, ain't I had no sleep. Diesel smoke, dangerous curve. I got a gal at the bottom of the grade, she's got the coffee already made. Gotta keep my eyes up on the road, I'm going downhill with a heavy load. Diesel smoke, dangerous curve. Must have closed my eyes a while, 'cause here I am a-running wild. I burn my brakes and strip my gears, I'm gonna have to ride her down, I fear. Diesel smoke, dangerous curve. I should have left the women alone. It's too late now 'cause I think I'm gone. I got myself in this fix all because I tried to mix. Diesel smoke, dangerous curve.
Hey, who's it gonna know? Well, tonight we'll sit alone and spoon by the light of the big bright moon. No use waiting 'cause you know it ain't right. We'll click our heels to broad daylight. So, honey, baby, come along with me, 'cause I love you, oh, can't you see? You say you shouldn't 'cause your mom said so. We don't care 'cause who's they gonna know? Well, I'll take you home from the dance tonight. We'll really have some fun. Our hearts will both be oh so light while we spend your money. There's a hot rod pole that's ready to shove, so give me a kiss and a great big hug. You say you should 'cause your mom said so. We don't care 'cause who's they gonna know? I'll take you home from the dance tonight. We'll really have some fun. Our hearts will both be oh so light while we spend your money. There's a hot rod pole that's ready to shove, so give me a kiss and a great big hug. You say you should, cause your mom said so. Oh, we don't care, who's gonna know?
She came down from Boston to be closer to her mother and to try a little taste of country life. She was her mother's only daughter from a good school where they taught her how to walk and talk and fold a napkin right. I was Boots and Levi's born for driving cows and planting corn, and anything that sparkled caught my eye. She was a different kind of flower, nothing like my country clover, but I figured I could touch her if I tried. I only meant to touch her just one time and let her go. But touching her was loving her, and how was I to know that she'd be the kind of flower calloused hands could never hold? While I was reaching for her body, she was reaching for my soul. She went back to Boston. My soul is all it cost me just to touch her now. I wish I'd never tried. She was a different kind of flower. After having known her, I just can't keep country clover on my mind. I only meant to touch her just one time and let her go. But touching her was loving her, and how was I to know that she'd be the kind of flower callous hands could never hold? While I was reaching for her body, she was reaching for my soul.
Hey, hey, there he goes. That's Ray Price and all the Cherokee Cowboys from an album called Reunion. And that was a reunion of all the guys that played with Ray. After many years of doing sort of popish sounding music, he went back to stone cold honky-tonk country music, and boy, he did it in a big way. And he had Buddy Emmons on steel guitar and the whole fiddles, the whole band of the Cherokee Cowboys there on a song called A Different Kind of Flower. Before that, we heard from the Miller Brothers from 1956 on Four Star, featuring Billy Thompson on vocals, and Hey, Who's Gonna Know? Great song, I like that one. Then before that, we heard from Doy Odell on Intro Records, a little hit for him, a thing called Diesel Smoke. And we started it all off with Jimmy Heap and all the Melody Masters, with Butch Keefe handling the vocal duties, and Special on Your Heart. And that was written by a guy named Clifford Trahan, also known as Johnny Rebel. He recorded some controversial country records. Unfortunately, we can't play any of them. We can play one, I guess, one called Keep 'Em Going Big Jim. That's about the only one we can play by him. But great songwriter, and done great by a great singer, Butch Keith, along with Jimmy Heap and all the Melody Masters, and Special on Your Heart. Well, right now, let's go to May of 1965 and hear this one from the great Don Gibson, a song that went up to number 7 on the, or 17, make that, on the Billboard country charts. Here is Don Gibson with a little thing called Again.
Again, my tears are flowing. Again, oh, heartache showing. Again, I know you're going away from me, leaving me free. Again, every time you leave me, I wanna die. Every time you walk away, I cry and cry. Why don't I forget you? Oh why? But to see you go hurts me so. Again. Every time you leave me, I wanna die. Every time you walk away, I cry and cry. Why don't I forget you? Oh why? But to see you go hurts me so. Again, my tears are flowing. Again, heartache showing. Again, I know you're going away from me, leaving me free. Again, again.
Well, some guys jump in the river and others use a gun. When their loving baby tells them they're not the one, but I'm a digging a hole to bury my heart. 'Cause from my baby I have to part. Well, I'm a-getting sick and tired of feeling so blue. So let me tell you, baby, what I am gonna do. I'm gonna dig a hole about 6 foot deep to bury this heart you wouldn't keep. Just a few more shovels full of dirt and life will soon be over. Tell that little old gal of mine I moved to the land of clover. I'm a-digging this hole to bury my heart. 'Cause from my baby I have to part. I'm a-digging this hole to bury my heart. 'Cause from my baby I have to part.
There's an old, old house that once was a mansion on a hill overlooking the town. But time has left a wreckage where once there was beauty, and soon the old house will tumble down. But when the leaves start to fall in autumn, and the rain starts to drip from the trees. There's an old man who walks through the garden, and his head is bowed in memory. They say he built a mansion because of a woman, and they plan to be married in the fall. But her love withered in the last days of summer, and the house stood empty after all. But when the leaves start to fall in autumn, and the rain starts to drip from the trees, there's an old man who walks through the garden, and his head is bowed in memory. There's an old man who walks through the garden, and his head is bowed in memory.
Good evening, neighbors. Welcome to the late... I haven't had my coffee yet. Here's Tex Cherry singing the Dirty Jim Blues.
Now listen, everybody got a story to tell. It's all about a fella that you all know well. He ain't too fat and he ain't too slim, and everybody calls him Old Dirty Jim. I got the Dirty Jim Blues. I got the Dirty Jim Blues. Well, Jim's got a smile that'll stretch for a mile, but I got the Dirty Jim Blues. Ernie Hunter, that old fiddle man. Oh, yeah.
Now, ladies, you say you're bothered with dandruff. You say every time you run a comb through your hair, it looks like a big snowstorm. Tell you what I'm gonna do just
now,
for you.
back a few years, not long ago, in the city of the angels, everyone knows two girls were born, and a boy named Jim. Well, they didn't know if he'd sink or swim. Well, swim he did, and he got on top, and he's gonna be a hard one to stop. He likes loud clothes and a big go-kart. He's a big city boy with a country heart. Herb Remington will still guitar.
Now, you talk about cars, they're practically giving them away down here. Trade in your roller skates, they'll give you $500. That's $500 for your wife, too, brother.
Now, Jim, don't go for that caviar. No ritzy foods, not for far. Catfish, corn pong, and black-eyed peas. Past the hominy grits and the chitlins, please. Well, he left California for Texas way. Landed in Houston and decided to stay. He got a TV show, and his show ain't dull. He's on Channel 11 with the Flying Gull. Now, listen to me, boy.
Now, you say you got a lost dog, lady. Well, that dog wouldn't be lost if he owned real estate. Buy that dog a lot. Buy him a real...
Before I sing anymore and your channels get crossed, the man I mean is Dirty Jim Ross. 6 nights a week from 10 to 2 on KGUL. He'll grin at you. He'll sell you a car or a piece of land. Find you a girl or get you a man. Find your lost dog so you won't be blue. And if your mother-in-law's gone, he'll find her too. I got the Dirty Jim Blues.
Is that a close-up?
I got the Dirty Jim Blues.
Am I on?
Well, Jim's got a smile that'll stretch for a mile, but I got the Dirty Jim Blues, and here's that man I've been singing about.
Now listen, Lucille, if you want a good deal, tell him Dirty Jim sent you.
I got the Dirty Jim Blues.
Oh, yes. That is Tex Cherry from about 1953 on a song called The Dirty Jim Blues. And that featured Tex Cherry on vocals and harmonica, Herb Remington, one of the former members of Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys, on steel guitar, and Ernie Hunter on fiddle, all three from around the Texas area. And Dirty Jim was Dirty Jim Ross, and apparently he was a television salesman in that he had a program on a station called KGUL. Now it's KHOU in Houston, Texas. And he would have like a brokered type program. In other words, like we'll say, Jimbo's car lot would buy 30 minutes, and Jim would sell cars on the air. And then he'd go for like a Donut King, and he'd sell donuts. And he had different sponsors, and it was on 6 days a week. And at that point, the trail gets cold. I have no knowledge of whatever happened to Dirty Jim Ross. I know that, Dirty Jim Ross, that's his name. But I don't know whatever happened to him, if he's still with us. I kind of think he isn't, but Herb Remington is still with us, so who knows? But anyway, great song like that. Tex Cherry, Dirty Jim Blues. Before that, we heard from George Jones from the year of 1963, on a song that was also done by Bill Monroe, one called The Old Old House. And Matt wanted to hear anything by George Jones. He wrote me a letter, and Matt lives in Pittsburgh, and he said, play me anything by George Jones. And he really likes Country Party Time. So, Matt, that one is for you. Then before that, we heard from Jimmy Lee Fathertree, a gentleman who teamed up with Johnny Mathis to form a group called Jimmy and Johnny. An interesting story on that, kind of had people revolving in playing Johnny. Jimmy was the only stable member of the act, and but that was one of his fine solo efforts on Capitol, I'm Digging a Hole. And we started it all off from 1965, Mr. Don Gibson, Mr. Country Soul, on a song called Again. And again, we got some more great music for you, so I'm going to shut up, and we're going to go back to the year of 1980 and hear from Dave Dudley on the Sun International label, one called Rolaids, Doan's Pills, and Preparation H.
Some folks say the country moves on bands of steel. Some say it moves on 18 wheels. If you really want to know what gets your goods from state to state, it's Rolaids, Doan's Pills, and Preparation H. Songs have been written about us, the heroes of the road, how we go from Maine to Frisco with an extra heavy load on a pocket full of rockets. Hey, let me set this story straight. We live on Rolaids, Doan's Pills, and Preparation H. Everybody thinks that looking through this windshield's really great, but my guts are blazing fire, my back it always aches. My old donkey's just a smoking, sitting 16 hours straight. Give me Rolaids, Doan's Pills, and Preparation H. Coffee in some truck stops is enough to kill a mule. Wish the gas in my stomach could be used for diesel fuel. I'm stuck to my seat when I reach the loading gate. I need Rolaids, Doan's Pills, and Preparation H. You think there's money in this trucking life I lead? Let me tell you, brother, I spend lots on what I need. Registration, insurance, fines for being overweight, and Rolaids, Doan's Pills, and Preparation H. Everybody thinks that looking through this windshield's really great, but my guts are blazing fire, my back it always aches. My old donkey's just a smoking, sitting 16 hours straight. Give me Rolaids, Doan's Pills, and Preparation H. Someday I'll sell this big old rusty rig of mine and buy a little truck stop where those trucks will wait in line. Green stamps will come rolling in, and I'll be doing great, selling Rolaids, and Doan's Pills, and Preparation H. Everybody thinks that looking through this windshield's really great, but my guts are blazing fire, my back it always aches. My old donkey's just a smoking, sitting 16 hours straight. Give me Rolaids, Doan's Pills, and Preparation H. Man, I'm telling you, I have had it around the you-know-where. I would like to have you something like a big old rocking chair. And then let me get a chance to put them boys into some good stuff.
Today I gave my record to the DJ. In my car on my way home, it started to play. It told how much I loved you and how your love had died. And before it got started good, the DJ cried. It takes a sad, sad song to make a DJ cry, but the misery he heard from me broke him up inside. I guess he couldn't stand the way I seemed to die. Just think how I was hurting if it made the DJ cry. The words of the song were just to you. I let you know I never did get over you. Each word came out so broken, just the way I felt inside. And I knew I would get through to you when the DJ cried. It takes a sad, sad song to make a DJ cry, but the misery he heard from me broke him up inside. I guess he couldn't stand the way I seemed to die. Just think how I was hurting if it made the DJ cry.
Near the Georgia line as DJ in a little country station. Everybody loved him dear, 'cause he played what they liked to hear. He built himself up quite a reputation. At record hops he stayed out late, and his mom would always wait to see if he had made it home alive. She warned against his loss of sleep and driving fast in that old heat, and that he had to be at work by 5. BJ, the DJ, you're living much too fast, and if you don't change your ways, don't see how you can last. Every morning just past 4, from the driveway he would roar, overslept and he was late again. Then at breakneck speed he'd drive to sign the station on at 5. He had lots of records he must spin. His mom sat by the radio until his voice told her hello. She knew then that he'd made it there all right. Then she'd say a little prayer, he'd be safe while he was there, and she'd wait up for him again tonight. Then one cold and rainy morn, all 4 tires were badly worn, but still he scratched off just as fast this time. BJ had a lot of nerve, but he completely missed the curve, and he signed off down near the Georgia line. Mom sat by the radio, the voice she heard she didn't know. BJ'd never been this late before. But with the road so bad and all, she'd wait a while before she called, and then she heard the knock upon the door. BJ, the DJ,
only 24, a wreck at 90 miles an hour, he'll spin the hits no more. On your radio show, 'cause the girl I love just left me, and I love her so. Play it just for her and tell her it's from me. DJ, play a sad song for the girl who just left me. DJ, play a sad song, just as sad as you can find, one that will remind her that I'm waiting here behind, one that tells the story of a lonely, lonely guy. DJ, play a sad song, one that will make her cry. Something about the blues, 'cause she left me these heartaches, only she can make me lose. And if she hears a sad song, maybe she'll come back to me. DJ, play a sad song just for her from me.
On Jubilee Records, a guy by the name of Jack Campbell and DJ, play a sad song. And speaking of getting played, that one got played quite a lot up in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area back when it came out, about 1964. Then before that, we heard from Stonewall Jackson from the year of 1964 and BJ the DJ, and I apologize that the very beginning of the record we didn't get to hear because your disc jockey here wasn't paying any attention and left the pod in queue, so I apologize for that. But great song from the pen of Hugh X. Lewis, Stonewall Jackson, BJ the DJ. And then we heard from Ernie Ashworth, a great song called The DJ Cried. And as the disc jockeys opened their paychecks, the DJs cried. And I'm just kidding on that. And we started it all off with Dave Dudley from the album Truckers Classics, Rolaids, Doan's Pills, and Preparation H, something that we all need from time to time. And from time to time, we need to end our show for this week. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. We'll do this all again next week. More great country music right here on Country Party Time. And I'd love to hear from you. If there's anything you'd like to hear, please give me a holler via email at nlancehawkins@aol.com. Subject matter, Country Party Time. And we'll try our best to get whatever song is that you would like to hear, okay? Hey, I got to get out of here. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. Have a great week. Good night.